Hey everybody, it's 𝐇𝐀𝐖𝐊. I'm known as YouTube's fairy godmother of real estate, but more importantly, I'm also a founding member of the town of Celebration, the town that Disney built along with my family. How everybody's doing? How are you doing? It's January 22nd. We come to you live on Monday nights, 7 p.m., and kind of talk about what's coming up for the week in the town that Disney built. We do a showcase on something special, which we're going to be showing you the second phase of a renovation that we're doing on a home in Celebration. You got to see last week was the first week where they were gutting everything. So special shout out to Sandro and Raquel, our contractors. And then also I'm going to be talking about some other really critical and important people that are a part of the process. So where are you watching from? Are you watching from outside of Celebration thinking that maybe you might want to move to this magical town? Let me know. Or maybe you're in Celebration and you're going to tell me what village that you're watching from. Had the honor of spending some time today with Mark and Camille, and we basically went all around Celebration. It was very kind of them. They contacted me many months ago and said they wanted to be introduced to the town. We found some really great options for them, and they're thinking about what direction that they want to go in. But it's just so gratifying to be able to take people around this town, show them the vibrant downtown that we have, show them all the very interesting villages. And so anyway, sit back and relax. I'm going to show you part 2 of what it looks like to renovate a home and how to do it the right way with the right people. And I think you'll be surprised at how much progress was made since last week's video. Okay, here we go. Hey everybody, it's 𝐇𝐀𝐖𝐊, and I'm known as YouTube's fairy godmother of real estate, and we are here at the house that my husband and I are renovating with some incredible contractors. We've got Sandro and Raquel. We have architects, the Bumpus group. We have 𝐇𝐀𝐖𝐊 as the designer. I'm happy to report that the painters are inside today. So this is step number 2. We showed you last week. We said we're going to be in a house by the end of this month. I said, can you believe it? And so now what we're doing is we're showing you a weekly update in regard to what's going on with this home. The people that are creating our closets have arrived too. So anyway, we want to show you phase 2. We'll come back next week for phase 3 and then a final phase 4. But welcome to our home. Let's see what's going on. So one of the things that we were really happy to do is to find the right paint color. It's so important. And so 𝐇𝐀𝐖𝐊 was our designer, and she recommended this color, which was in one of my friends' homes, Elena and Ron's home. So welcome and see what you think. But I think it's very spa-like. The painters are in here working hard, and of course it takes a couple of coats of paint. This is going to be the YouTube studio that we come to you live. We've got 3 shows a week. If you haven't, please go to Near Disney YouTube channel, subscribe and like, because we give a lot of great content about the 25-mile radius around Cinderella's castle. But follow me, let me show you what else has been going on since the last time you were in the house last week. So last week when you were here, the cabinets were not here. And as you may know, we were working with Cabinets to Go in order to get our cabinets. Obviously, everything is covered because they're working hard painting this house right now. But I can't wait to show you next week when we get to see the grand reveal of the kitchen cabinets. I'm going to tell you a couple of things. I'm a big believer in trying to bring the cabinets all the way up to the ceiling. And you'll see that we've done that, because that way you don't have that gap where everybody's trying to figure out, what do I put up there? Do I put some silk plants, whatever, because it tends to hold dust up there. So now what we're going to do is go all the way to the ceiling. And then of course we're going to have a ladder, because I'm only 5'6" and I'm not going to be able to reach that. But I'm really pleased that we've got the extra storage. Now, if you continue on, you're going to see this island. There's going to be a huge surface that's going to go on it. And what we've done is we have got drawers. They're going to come out of here. Pegs that you can place your dishes in. So roll out these big drawers, put your better plates in here with the pegs, and it's able to measure whatever size that you've got. It's pretty incredible. Then the idea is to have bar stools on the other side of this island looking out to this really cool family room.
So the family room, I want to say that Rod really came up with the idea of what to do with this space. He was in love with a fireplace, actually, once again with Helena and Ron's home. But once we show you next week or the following week, you're going to see some really beautiful tile work, brickwork that is here. He has a huge, and I think last week if you saw the show, it's a huge TV. It's 86 inches. That's like for a movie theater. And then we've got an electric fireplace down here instead of a gas fireplace. On either side, we are also having some built-ins as well. Well, there'll be a wine cabinet, some storage, some lights. You're going to have some wine glasses and some water bottles and all that kind of good stuff. So from here, let us not get in the way because they're being so productive, and I don't want to get in the way. So stay tuned for a second and I'll show you what's going on in the primary bedroom. So the primary bedroom, it's going to look like a big bomb came off in this room, and it probably did, but they are so talented, Sandro and Raquel. They're able to go up into the ceiling, and we're showing it exposed because obviously there's inspectors that have to come out and inspect, but there's plumbing that's going upstairs because remember, in this house, we've created another bedroom and bathroom upstairs where you at least expect it because we're going to have two primary bedrooms, one for the first floor, you know, in case, let's say, if an elderly parent wants to come live with us. And the second floor is going to be Rod and I's primary bedroom. But in here, they even had to dig through the concrete. Most contractors are not going to do that for you. So I'm telling you, it's all about who you're working with, how they know how to get things taken care of. And then, of course, they've got to come back to the ceiling afterwards and put new ceiling in so that you don't have the patchwork. It's going to be really great. Follow me to the primary bathroom. Now, I think last week you were able to see the shower. It's covered now because they're painting. But the idea of the shower is in case somebody's in a wheelchair or whatever, they can come in. It's pretty long. And then the way that we're going to have the glass work is that it doesn't completely enclose it so that a wheelchair could get in there and there'll be handbars and whatnot. But now you're going to have a double sink here. And I don't think last week, but we do have a very tiny closet. I was very surprised by the size of this closet. But what you have to do then is you have to maximize it with your closet storage, and we've done that. Once again, cabinets to go came through the rescue. We've got hanging rods, kind of figure out the nooks. We've got pull drawers with some nice hardware, and that is done. So from the second floor, you can see we've covered some of the light fixtures because they're going. We're going to have a glam style in the house. So one of them is going to be a can light. The other one's going to be very glamorous, very has a lot of shimmer to it. But we also have this odd ledge. You can see right there, they've taken some of the stuff off of it, and obviously it needs to be painted. But the idea right now, we had talked about possibly enclosing that, making it another bedroom, but because it's just Rod and myself, we didn't think that we needed yet another bedroom because it already has 4 bedrooms. But if you needed to, we could do that. But we're also thinking about maybe putting some of Rod's photography on easels and displaying it up there. If anybody else has an idea what to do with that space, please let me know. I'm open. So we're here this is going to be Rod's office. And so as you can see, our painters are working hard. Look how beautiful they're painting the baseboard so it's nice and white and crisp. So we have a new paint color in here. There will be a new ceiling fan. There'll be some plantation shutters in here, new flooring, and then I think he's ready to move his office in here. So it's moving along pretty well, don't you think? So last week when you were here, you saw that the bathtub and the tile had been placed in the bathroom upstairs. This week we can see that the vanity has been delivered, the elongated toilet has been delivered, and they're getting ready to paint. And as you can see, we are saving the SeaWorld room because we absolutely love the people that owned this house before, and that was their touch on this home. So save SeaWorld, yeah? So this is an extra hidden gem. It is an area that was storage and it was permitted by the county, which is great. They're going to paint it. We've got the new flooring that has gone in here. We found some items that were hidden away from the last owner that we got to make sure they get back. But right below this area you can see the pool. There's a whole bunch of storage back there as well. And so we've got to get in there and make sure that their kids get their stuffed animals and everything else that was back there. And then obviously they had a TV here. So the idea is this is going to be an exercise room. This is where the treadmill is going to go. Going to be able to exercise here, have some music. And so you're seeing it before we transform it. So last week's show, we talked about wanting to have a laundry room upstairs as well, because with primary being up. And so Sandro and Raquel have done an excellent job in helping us to create that. This is part of a closet, but what you're going to see is they've already started putting things in here. They've actually got a hose. They're testing to make sure that the new shower that's upstairs is sealed correctly. This is the area where that huge one-piece washer dryer is going to be in here. So you guys, there's this thing now where you can put all your clothes in, washer dryer. After it finishes washing, it immediately starts to dry. You don't need a vent to go outside of the house. It takes 2 hours. Well, for me, that makes sense because I can throw laundry in the morning, and then I go out and show property, and then by the time I get home, I can go ahead and start folding. So if you can kind of visualize, there's going to be folding here, a sink over here. But this is a Sandro creation right here for me, which I just absolutely love. You're going to see the area where it's going to be the closet. The closet goes through here. And so what we're going to do is, as we have dirty clothes, going to be able to just push those clothes over here onto this counter and then put it into the washer dryer, fold them up, and then put them back through here so it goes directly to the closet. Pretty brilliant, huh? So with regard to that washer dryer, here it is in a box so you can see how big it is. So if I'm 5'6", this is probably about 5 feet tall. We're still putting a 7-inch riser underneath of it that we can store some items, but everything's going to go in this space for the washer dryer. I'm going to be sure that I do videos to let you know if it works well. They're not paying me anything, but I want to be honest with you in regard, was it a good choice or was it not a good choice? But it is a GE profile washer dryer all in one. They say everything gets done within a 2-hour period. We'll see. So one of the things that we talked about was we wanted to tell you some tips and tricks and also what to look for. And so our contractors, being on top of things as they always are, they noticed that one of the deliveries from Home Depot came. This box, if I looked at it, I don't know that I would have thought twice about it, but it's a huge vanity. It's for the double sinks upstairs. But if you look at this box, does anybody see anything? Who sees it first? Took me a while, but see, it was supposed to be delivered turned the other way, up. So right now, when they open this box, everything's upside down. So what they're going to do is they're going to make sure they videotape it as they open it to make sure that nothing was damaged because it was delivered the incorrect way. If you caught it, good for you, but definitely Sandro and Raquel did. As you could see in our primary downstairs how they were digging through the floor, digging through the ceiling. They're putting cameras through things to see if the plumbing could go up in the right way, and they test it and they get it approved by the county. This is that bathroom. So since you saw it last week, a lot's been done. Some of the things that we had requested was the air conditioner handler is right back here, but there's quite a bit of space here where we could put some shelving in, because with it being tight space, I wanted to have some places so we could put some towels, soap, that type of thing. Visualize 2-sink vanity here. Hopefully when they flip it upside down, it's going to work. Otherwise we'll be getting another one. And then we're going to have a little bit of storage here going into a shower. This is more of a normal size shower. The one downstairs is very long. But this one, I can't wait to show you all the valves. It actually has music that plays through here. You can play your favorite tune. The lights will coordinate with it as well. And so I'm at the time in my life where I want to dance in my shower. It's funny because Sandro said, I've got 4 kids. I don't have time to dance in my shower. Well, guess what? I do. We wanted a bathtub because we don't have a bathtub downstairs, and we figured if we ever resold the home and somebody had a family, somebody's going to want to have a bathtub for a child or for a grown man like my husband that wanted a bathtub. So anyway, it's 72 inches long. It actually takes quite a bit of space, and it's got a jacuzzi. So, you know, when you work out or your muscles need that relaxation, he's going to be able to have that jacuzzi tub right here in the primary bathroom. Now this space, all of this space is being converted into a closet. There were windows that were here the last time that you saw this space. closing those up so that we can have custom ordered closet organizational things. I'm a big believer if you get organized from the beginning, it's so much more helpful than if you try to do it midway through. And over in this area, then Rod says this is his closet. So this is Rod's side. I have a little bit more space. And then back here, I have an area, it's kind of a YouTube makeup area section that's going to have lights. I can't wait to show you. I presently have that in my studio now, but we're going to move it into this closet. And this, check it out. Dirty clothes, what happens, you're just gonna put them through this spot so that it goes right into the laundry room. And then when I'm finished folding it, I'm gonna be able to pull them through here and hang them up. I'm all about wanting it to be functional. My dad's an industrial engineer. Raquel, our contractor, is too. And so I just wanted to say a big A+ to them for making this happen. So by next week, what are we going to see? I don't know, but I'm super, super excited. I can share with you when you get to be over 25 years in a home, it is probably time to be doing some remodeling, renovating. Many of you are possibly even thinking about selling. If you are, if I can help you with any of those things, please give me a call at 407-808-9845, or you can call me at 1-800-KIM-HAWK, and my Realtor Dream Team will be more than happy to help you through this process. We'd love to represent you because we love what we do. Make sure that you subscribe and like so that we can continue to give you up-to-date information on all things that are going around the 25-mile radius of Cinderella's castle, because this is truly a magical place to live.
What do you guys think? That was a lot that was involved within a week, right? Do you think we're going to get in that house by the end of this month? What do you think? Today's the 22nd, 31st, it's only 9 days away. So we're going to show you the progress on how this is going to work, but I'm so excited. There's a couple of tips and tricks that I think everybody should know about. One of which is, while you're moving out of a house into a house, how are some things to help you organize? Well, if you go and you meet Lewis up at the Celebration Storage unit, they have a bunch of U-Hauls. They have these $19.50 U-Hauls. So when you've got boxes, you can start putting those boxes into that U-Haul truck. Obviously, you're going to wait for the movers for your big pieces, but it's really given us a peace of mind. Rod and I've been going through things, decluttering. I love that Celebration has a front porch, actually the giving porch and the selling porch, because a lot of the stuff I've been putting on my front porch saying, hey, I don't have need for this anymore, or I'm doing things basically 10 items per day at minimum, trying to figure out what to donate, what to even maybe toss that's not going to come to the house with us next. If you did that every day for a month, which I've been doing, you will have touched 310 items. Sounds like a lot, but honestly, when you start going through your spice racks and all that stuff, it's helpful to move some of that stuff out so that you can really just have the things you absolutely love versus just keeping stuff and continuing to move them on. So you want to find Lewis at the Celebration Storage for that type of thing. You need somebody by the name of Peter Spear. He's an amazing man that's helping us as we box up some things, running up and down the steps and getting them into places and all that stuff. Everybody needs Vitor, and that's Vitor. So if you need his name and number, you've got that. There's handymen, there's movers. We're going to talk more and more about those people as we get closer. But right now, we are in the stage where we are packing up this house in order to get ready to move it into the other home. I wanted to say a quick hello. I see some people from Kentucky. I think it says Randy and Amy Vick. So nice to have you watching. I see Michael Fabiani. Hey, one of the big things you do when you buy a property is you want to have a good appraiser. And Michael Fabiani is a Celebration resident, wonderful appraiser, has done a lot of real estate stuff with us, and he's really a great guy. Who else is on here? Oh, I see Amanda and Jason Martin. Oh, wow. Good to see you guys. Thank you so much. I'm seeing a lot of thumbs up and a lot of love. I was at the Downtown Diner today, and I got to see Joni, who I love. If you haven't been to the Downtown Diner, you're missing something wonderful. And she said she was watching the show and had seen that we were doing this all-in-one washer dryer. And she really wants me to report on, is it functional? Does it work well? Well, I'm praying it will be, but I will be honest with you guys. Once that thing gets up and running, I will tell you if I think it's worth it. The whole thought process behind it is you put your laundry in, and then supposedly in 2 hours, it goes from washing to drying. You don't have to switch it up. So because someone like me who leaves the house in the morning and I might not get back until later in the day because I'm showing property to some fabulous people like, Mark and Camille today. I know that it's gone through washing and drying, and then I can just take the stuff out of that machine and then put it through that pass-through window that Sandro has created. Brilliant. I think him and Raquel are fabulous. And put it into my closet, hang it up, and just keep things moving, right? Can't wait to show you some other cool stuff as it's being installed. I see somebody saying, I can't wait to see all the magic all of you are creating. I love that. I don't know if that's Helena. It doesn't say the name, but I always get a lot of beautiful, wonderful comments from a wonderful woman by the name of Helena that's watching. She inspired a lot of the stuff actually that we're putting in our house. So you get to see Kim Keaton. She is an interior designer that we just couldn't live without. She's helped me a lot. I can't wait for you to see things like my light fixtures that are coming in. And just it's going to be great. So the other stuff that we do is we also talk about what's coming up in the next couple of weeks. I want to make sure I do that. And I end the show telling you what is being sold, what's coming active. So you get an idea of what's happened in the last 7 days in the town of Celebration. So it gives you a good idea of what your properties are being valued at. And for those that are looking out there to know kind of what our price ranges are. So I want to make sure I continue with that. Let's see. We have got an event coming up Friday, February 2nd. Tickets are on sale. There's a mentalist. His name is Keith Kong. He's going to be at the Celebration High School. And tickets are on sale, $40 for the lower seats and $30 for the higher seats. Sounds like a lot of fun. Town Hall. And then I did notice I wanted to talk about, we all need to be preparing for the porch and yard sale. We only get that twice a year in this town, Celebration. It's not like you can have a normal yard sale any day that you want. But ours is coming up, and I want to say it is March the 2nd. And that seems like it's not that far. That seems like it might be far away, but it's really not. It goes from 8 a.m. until about 2 p.m. And if you maximize your time now, that's the best way to do it. Maybe do that idea of try to find 10 items per day between now, because it's January 22nd. Yeah, see what I mean? January 22nd to February 21st. And start maybe putting, I've had some people even prep for the yard sale by putting items in their bathtubs, because a lot of times people say they want to have a bathtub and they don't use it, but it kind of gets them organized. Put it by the front door, that type of thing. But if you want to be a part of the porch and yard sale, March is coming up very quickly, and we only do it in March and October. March and October. And for those of you looking for furniture and paintings and all kinds of good stuff, boy, that is the day to be out and about driving, because your Celebration neighbors really have great taste, and you're going to find a lot of great deals. Okay. The father-daughter dance is coming up. It's one of my favorite things that I like to promote as well. You do need to register for that event with, I think that is the Celebration Foundation. Let me see if I can find, I do have a slide on that. Let me pull that up for you. Let's see if we can find that. I don't see that slide right at the moment. Yes, I do. February 16th. Here we go. I thought I did. So it's called An Enchanted Evening, Fathers and Daughters, 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. Friday, February the 16th. And so tickets are on sale now. And, I've mentioned too, if there is a daughter out there that's looking for a father figure to go to the dance with, you can give me a call too, because I know a lot of dads that would be happy to step in, and it's just a beautiful evening. I've always enjoyed actually the next day seeing pictures of everybody dressed up, and it looks great. And since it's enchanted, that makes me think fairy godmother. So I love that, right? Okay, let us now share the screen so you can see. Ron Semler, hey Ron, so that you can, Ron sent me the best meme. It had a photo and it shows 99% of the United States right now is covered in snow and ice and everything. And then there was a picture and it says me, and it was Will Ferrell, and he's saying, who wants to buy a house in Florida? And I thought that was perfect. So I shared that on my Facebook group. So hopefully you guys got a good kick out of that as well. I'm going to share the screen now. Let's see what we got. All right. In the town that Disney built, Celebration, Florida, in the past 7 days, there were 16 properties that had touch points. That's kind of light, but realize we only have about 76 or 77 total. That's all we have for sale here. In a normal year, we would have over 400 properties for sale. So when you're looking in the mid 70s, it makes sense that only 16 were touched. So let me talk about those. So we have 6 new actives that came on the market in Celebration. Price points going up to $919,900. They were starting at $389. And then 6 pending. So what do I always kind of talk about? Same amount coming on as going off. So that's been kind of even. So it wasn't like all of a sudden everybody decided to sell and we have a lot more inventory. We don't. We're still having very minimal amount of inventory. And then we've got 4 that have sold. And I always tell you the most expensive one so you can get an idea, just in case if you have a listing out there and you're like, why isn't my property sold? You can kind of know in the last 7 days. It looks like Tide Pool, which is back in Celebration Island Village, the newest area of Celebration. A property closed for $755,000. It had 1,945 square feet. So that means that it closed for $388.17. It did not have a pool, but there's community pool, beautiful community pool that is back there. And it was sold by Joni Coulter. Really love Joni. She's a great realtor that we work with here in our town. All right, I'm not seeing any questions so far. I'm seeing a lot of beautiful comments from people that are encouraging us because we got a lot going on, right? We have so much going on. But if you ever have any questions about real estate or any of these helpful hints that I'm giving you on renovations, you can call me 1-800-KIM-HAWK. On Wednesday nights, we have my Realtor Dream Team. They're so great. They concentrate on the 25-mile radius around Cinderella's Castle. You will see them on a lot of videos. I know that they're doing another video on an over 55 community. So they're filming this week, prepping things for you guys all the time. So we are always looking for story ideas that you want us to do videos on. I want to thank 𝐷 He's my YouTube producer. He puts great high quality videos together, and hopefully the content that we're bringing to you is helpful. I hope so. I hope so. All right. I want to say a special happy birthday. It was my dad's birthday yesterday. Turned 82. God bless him. And you guys getting ready for Valentine's Day. It's coming up. It's coming up. I got to remind people sometime. Today is Monday, January 22nd. Don't forget, we got Market Street Gallery, which is in downtown Celebration. They have a lot of incredible, cool gifts. Gift cards are fun if you can't go out on Valentine's Day. All the amazing restaurants that we have. I'm sure there's a wonderful movie out there. And it's just a true blessing to be able to live in the town that Disney built. I hope you have a great week. It's 7:30, so I've taken up a half an hour and I better go. Thanks again. And thank you again, once again, for all the encouragement. Hi, Elijah. I see Elijah's on here. Elijah Lewis, the Prince of Real Estate, is on here. All right. Have a good night, and I will see you guys in a couple of days. Bye-bye.